Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the weekly Fortcast. My name is BenK.
And I'm Pfluger.
This is episode number 9. We've got some good stuff on the plan for today. Some good drama, some good news in the community as well. We're now into the comp scene, so things are rolling.
It's escalating real fast.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited for this season.
We've got the first LAN event of the season going on as well, along with some interesting news, some very hype news surrounding LAN events for the future as well.
Oh yeah.
So let's get right into it, man. Right at the top of the page. Let's talk about DreamHack Atlanta this weekend. You put this on the plan for today. So I mean, off the top of your head, I mean, predictions was your first mention. So who comes to mind?
Right off the back, we know the E boys flew in, and you know they got to perform if they're flying tens of thousands of miles.
Which is interesting, right? Because I love the mindset, and we're always used to seeing EU professional players being, I don't want to say more serious, but they're definitely a little bit more professional than the NA scene. I think that's undeniable, just kind of across the board. And to see Queasy, regardless of the prize pool, BenK, regardless of the prize pool coming out.
That's what I'm saying. That's the duo I was looking at. Yeah. Queasy and BenK. They're looking fresh, you know?
Definitely a duo not to bet against. Yeah. Especially even as solos, never bet against them when you pair them together. To be taken seriously.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. I'm gonna go the other way on NA.
You kind of have to.
Reet and Ritual, man. That's what I'm gonna be backing.
That's a good one.
They've been balling out in duo events in the last chapter. Yeah. Reet's been on his grind recently, especially when it comes to streaming. So
there's one more duo I do want to bring up.
Yeah.
Kanata Cooper, I think, right? Mm-hmm. They won Heat 1 by 90 points, which is over a win. Yeah, which is insane. Winning a full heat by over a win is just massive, especially for the NA boys.
You got to think though, right? Cooper off the back of a global championship win, paired with someone like Kanata, probably the most confident IGL on the entire region, maybe even the world. Of course, they're going to have high point games, especially in opens like this where you don't have a ton of tier 1 pros coming into the mix to cause you problems. Not surprised to see them running through these lobbies.
Definitely not.
I mean that'll be panning out throughout the rest of the weekend. It being Friday now, so just kicking off, being the first day of Atlanta, Saturday, Sunday. Is it a full 3-day format for Atlanta?
Yeah. So it's like the other DreamHacks. It was like DreamHack San Diego, DreamHack Winter. It's top 12 teams from each heat, and then last heat's top 14, and then finals plays out on Sunday. Yeah. So.
And that's for $25,000?
$25,000 full prize pool. It's not bad.
I think it's not bad.
I think it's not everyone gets paid out though. I think it's top 25 duos
5 to 50 in the finals.
Yeah.
Which is rough, man, especially for these EU guys. Even if they place highly, most of them, to be honest,
they're probably not going to return.
They're not going to be breaking even.
Yeah.
But you think about it, I think Queasy got called out for it on Twitter earlier this week, and his whole mindset on it is like, I don't care.
No, I honestly don't blame him. If you have the money, go out and you want to compete in events, get that LAN experience in, you definitely need to.
People underestimate LAN experience in the LAN buff, man. It's real.
It's real.
And you see it especially, I mean, you now being competing in a lot of LANs. Yeah. Me as well. I mean, I saw it amount. You surpass me now at this point. Even seeing it for myself personally at a smaller level, knowing it's there, just the confidence of playing in front of people. And now you, of course, going G8, multiple DreamHacks, plus the Timitam and Hoedown, man. I mean, dude.
The thing is, I don't know. I swear I just play better on LANs. I got, 5th place at DreamHack Dallas, not 2022, the 2022 one, which was the build one. I don't play builds.
Exactly.
Kind of crazy.
That was like taking a break from competition too, coming back. It was like, I remember we both went together just because it was the first.
It was the first DreamHack, right?
It was the first LAN event back since COVID.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What was the whole thing? So for us both to go, we're like, absolutely, we can't miss it. It's right around the corner. Both of us making it to finals. You getting 5th in finals, which is nuts.
I mean, I swear it's just a LAN buff though.
Oh,
you gotta think about it because then we got DreamHack San Diego getting 3rd place, choking 1st place. It's all good though. It's all good. But it is what it is. We'll take it. We'll take a little 3rd place qualified for GA. You know, we'll take it.
Get you there, man, and go to Saudi Arabia to compete. And you look at Queasy and BenK, man. They're not messing around. They're gonna take every opportunity to get that experience because we haven't gotten an announcement as to what the end of the year or what if there's going to be a LAN event leading up to for the FNCS track. Yeah. I think everyone's the mindset of assuming there's going to be another global championship, whatever title it is, but another global championship, and then having the experience leading up into the year because there isn't no reassurance that there's going to be any other mainstream events. We don't know if Fortnite's going to be featured at G8 this year, which was basically the only prep ahead of Copenhagen for a lot of these players. So now,
for at least LAN experience, right? Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, exactly. So without guaranteeing that those LAN events are going to be there for them for practice, you got to hop on when you can.
Yeah. Not to mention this DreamHack Atlanta is a builds format, not no builds, which is the first DreamHack build event since 2022.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
Builds back in third-party event LAN competition is great to see as well.
It is.
Might be the only one in a very long time. I think it's the
only one this year. Actually, there was a smaller one that, if you know Manu A12, he hosted one. It was solos. It wasn't that big.
Like the Belong Arena stuff, right?
Yeah, exactly. But I think this is the biggest one by far this year. Like 100%. The main one.
Oh, yeah.
Main third-party one.
And I think we'll continue to see EU pros who are dedicated towards that global track to get to those main stage competitions. You got to capitalize. I think we'll see this a trend. We'll 100%. See that the players that invest in themselves to go and compete on these LAN competitions, regardless of prize pool, are going to be the ones that make it to the bigger stages down the line. But yeah, it's cool to see those teams out there. Reciprocal, Laylam, another shout out to them. Threats and Trippern, that's a cool duo.
That's a cool
EU
duo.
and NA merged together.
Yes, sir.
Crackly and Yuz, I know you're close to Yuz a little bit.
We love that whole. We love the whole like group, I guess, you know?
And get to see a little bit of Zero Build and Standard BR merge back together as well. Reet and Ritual, my prediction. Queasy Pink on your end.
Not to mention, this is only Heat 1 still. So we got 3 more Heats to go through. So
and we'll be keeping an eye on it as things pan out on Twitter. So keep an eye out there. But I guess we can talk about the next thing, right? We talked about LAN events. Let's talk about some of the new esports arenas popping up around the world. The main topic conversation, we talked about it a couple months ago when it went down. The $40 million investment into Gamers 8, now being rebranded into the Esports World Cup. They're getting a new venue, and the renderings of them look
insane.
Nuts.
By the way, if anyone who's gone to G8, they passed by a construction zone, and we didn't know what it was. It looked like maybe like a mall or something. I am 1,000% sure that's the new G8 arena, and it is center of Riyadh.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, man. Gamers 8 being hosted on what they call the Boulevard, absolutely insane venue, production quality through the roof. Both of us here on the podcast getting to go out for the Fortnite event that they had on their Battle Royale stage, because now they have multiple stages from year 1 to year 2. Now with an additional $40 billion investment into esports in Saudi Arabia, Riyadh specifically. They're going to be doing some crazy stuff. We'll throw up the renderings for you guys to see. This arena looks nuts. I say arena, it looks like a city.
It looks like it's massive. It looks insane.
And we have no idea how things are going to look as in that final form. But the one that we do know for sure is they don't mess around out there. When they commit to creating and building something especially, it's done quickly. The renderings we're seeing now could very easily be done by the time summer rolls around with the speed that they're able to crank some of the stuff out.
You know?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we saw them like laying cables and stuff days before the venue was opening in the Boulevard for Fortnite. And they'd be done in time. They'd be ripping up concrete, and the next thing you know, next morning,
fully building They were fully building a new venue, and it was like done whenever we got there.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
It's wild. They're really quick with stuff. So to see these renderings, they might look ambitious to some because something like that being done in the States would almost never happen, or it would take 10 plus years to do. But over there, easily 6 months.
The only thing I do want to mention is the new arena that is also mentioned. Yeah. The what is it called?
So the other arena is actually going up in Los Angeles. The Glitch Stadium.
Yes.
The first of which in Los Angeles, at least. And there's some cool renderings going around. And to see more investment in esports, of course. Always we love to see, man. And they look up to par.
It looks really close to Saudi or Gamers 8.
Yeah,
you know?
It's up to par with any modern esports stadium. I mean, it's got all the bells and whistles, it looks like. Production stuff will go crazy there. And I can't wait to see events hosted there in the future.
Yep.
Man, with the way things are trending and the way that I am kind of allocating my personal funds, in-person events, especially for Fortnite, are high up on my list of things that I'm prioritizing. I want to be able to go to as many of these as possible.
I do also. I 100% do.
And pray again, both of us get to go out to Esports World Cup. Pray Fortnite's on the docket. Let's go. We want to be out there as well. But, man, duos we could possibly see out there now being confirmed. For at least FNCS, it sounds like Mongrel and Savage back together, dude.
The content duo. I mean, wow, that's a massive duo.
We would have never thought.
No, not in a million years. No,
man. Every conversation I tune into a Mongrel stream, it sounds like his mindset is still on entrepreneur. I'm trying to build my business, build my brand, work on real estate, that kind of stuff. For him to take the time to get back into professional play It's crazy.
It's a commitment to be a professional.
It's huge.
It's hours upon hours of just straight VOD reviewing, practicing like your aim, just going over your games, figuring out what you need to improve.
And Savage was talking about this when he actually confronted Mongrel to confirm them being a duo, because they talked about it behind the scenes, but on stream being confirmed, Savage's whole thought process on the topic was like, Mongrel, you are grown into a man now. Mm-hmm. You are a disciplined individual. Him being able to reach the levels that he did back when he was basically a kid. Yeah. Imagine what he can do now with the discipline paired with it.
That would be insane. Wait, now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, that's massive for Mongrel.
You get him on a regiment to practice with Savage, because it seems like Savage has found newfound motivation to reach new heights. Which is
awesome, because
paired with someone like Mongrel, man, dude, the numbers that these two are going to crank out are going to be next level.
Yeah, 1,000,000%. I agree.
And you talked about, they got 15th in the last CC already, still competing up there with the best off the rip. And that was
their first tournament together, I swear.
And the season's just getting started.
Yeah. It's going to be crazy. I'm so excited for the season, man.
They're going to be doing some crazy stuff. Do it to watch, guys. Tune into Mongrel streams for EU regions.
Yep.
But beyond that, talk about tuning into Mongrel for EU streams. Pretty much the only person to rival Mongrel right now on the streaming charts being Clicks. And Clicks moving into a new apartment. A new apartment, man.
Yeah.
We just talked about the incident with the laser in his apartment, and I saw shades up the next day, and all of a sudden he's in a new apartment. It seems like timing worked out really well.
Yeah.
It's nice to see him in a new space.
Yep. He's moved in with who? Lacey and someone else. He moved in with Clicks, Lacey, and I don't remember.
I don't even sure, but regardless, though, it's cool to see Clicks have some company. I think him being alone, especially at that age, dude, I can't even imagine. No. I've been lucky enough to have a roommate every single year since I've moved out of my house, now being 21. But dude, I know friends that were 18 living by themselves straight out of college, and that sucks, man.
I mean, hey, I did move in. I moved into this apartment at like 19, 20, like 19, a solo apartment. I've been there for like, 2-3 years. This is my first roommate. You being my first roommate back. And, I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of nice having that like little space that you have. It's
definitely like a personality thing.
Yeah, it definitely is.
I feel like some people are fine keeping to themselves and stuff. Clicks, the few times I've gotten to meet him, he seems like a really outgoing guy.
That's true. Yeah. It is impressive.
But it seems like he's got plenty of connections in the Dallas area. Yeah. He's out and about as it is. But in my eyes, roommates are always awesome, especially at a younger age. Price comes down. And you're going to get to interact with people on a regular basis, which are great skills that, especially someone who's dropping out of school at such a young age, you're not going to get as many of those skills. So learning to live with people, always great. Moving forward, though, some of the stats coming out of the solo CC this last week, man, 650,000 players competing.
That has to be a new record. That has
to be crazy stuff.
650,000 players playing in the solo Victory Cup.
Yeah, and you look at it, though, I mean, they raised prize pools, right? EU is now $200 per win.
Is it?
I think it's $200 per win. It may have been a glitch at some point in time, but regardless, I know that the qualification region is a little bit larger for sure.
I think it's like 13,000 players now. NA's like 11,000 players.
Yeah, so
it's massive.
It gives players a lot more hope to be able to get some of that change. And everyone has kind of had a negative. I say everyone, not everyone. A lot of the professional tier 1 players have hated the Victory Cup because obviously they're not able to cash out as much as they would be in normal CCs. But man, for the general population and just kids trying to get into competitive, crazy opportunity.
It's perfect,
offers some of the coolest reactions out there. I just wish they had Siphon back because there'd be some even crazier clips.
I agree.
I'll continue to hark on that, man. The community will continue as well. It's the only way we get change, right?
Yeah.
We got to keep talking about things because we talked about it last episode. Don't attack devs. Talk about it on official platforms, aka our platform here. Siphon, please. Please. But again, we'll keep moving through the docket, man.
Yeah.
We'll keep things high on a high note, dude.
That's it.
Huge community figure. If you don't know who he is, you're living underneath a rock. Our one and only Aussie Antics, watch partier, caster, content creator, extraordinaire.
He's doing everything recently.
Yeah, he's doing everything
putting in the
now.
Hours, also from OC.
Yep, from OC representing as well. Super genuine dude. Streams are super entertaining. Announced his pregnancy with his wife about 9 months ago, I guess I would say. And now the baby coming into the world. Baby girl.
So awesome.
Congratulations, Aussie. That's super cool, man. Take your time off. Enjoy your time with the family. I hope everyone is doing well and everyone is healthy.
Yeah.
Kind wishes coming from us here on the weekly Fortcast. And I know the community's behind you as well, man. I saw the tweet this morning coming out a couple hours ago. So much support. it's great to see the community rally behind someone, and Ozzy continues to be that guy.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
I
think the community loves Ozzy for no matter what he does. He's always getting that support.
There's not many people who dislike Ozzy.
Exactly.
Ozzy, a super dope dude. Congratulations on the kid, man. That's so cool.
Yeah.
But we'll keep moving through. I mean, kind of a weird contrasting topik. We're just talking about Ozzy's kid, but we'll talk about some of the Twitch policy changes.
Wow.
Because that went a little ballistic on
that was
socials,
crazy.
on just chatting on Twitch. I mean, do you know the specifics of it? I'm trying to keep the show a little bit PG here. We will not be showing any media in the background on the video.
No.
So if you're listening to the audio, don't come to the video version expecting there to be images. There will be none here.
No. Not
Twitch updated their policy after a controversial figure received a ban for some pretty explicit stuff.
Yep.
Borderline nudity, softcore porn, you could almost say. It's some pretty wild stuff, and they updated it basically saying artistic nudity is okay on the platform. People took it a little too far.
Yeah.
I say too far, but they took it to the level that Twitch allowed.
Which is crazy to even think that Twitch considered that being allowed.
Yeah, it's which was quickly revoked and quickly changed back to the previous.
But it's still interesting that they made that a policy, you know?
And things still need to be changed.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Twitch, I feel like for viewership, Twitch is like at a good spot, but there definitely needs to be stuff changed. I agree.
Oh, absolutely. Especially on that front, man. I mean, Kick itself being the general competitor, obviously, to Twitch right now, the biggest gripe from most people being Kick is a platform that doesn't have as many strict rules. They allow gambling, they allow hot tub streamers, but they also have a button to turn that stuff off. If you're a viewer and a general viewer, there's a very easy switch you can flip so you don't see the gambling streams. You don't see the nudity streams. They can go away. Twitch doesn't have that option. Might not feature gambling on the platform, but there is an excessive amount of nudity.
Yeah, it's bad. It's really bad on Twitch.
It's if you go to the just chatting section right now, it's rough.
Not a pretty sight.
Keep your kids away from that.
Yeah.
And if you're a streamer, don't pull that up on stream.
No,
which is wild because
they'll ban you, but not the actual streamer.
Yeah, and this happened just recently. Activision hosting a $200,000 Warzone tournament, literally just around the corner from us.
I saw that. Yeah,
at the Esport Stadium here in Arlington, they were casting the event for the $200,000 kickoff event, and a streamer, I can't remember the name. I thought it was Jukesy or something like that, was scrolling through Twitch, and just like a lot of streamers do, Clicks does it all the time for anyone at home. They'll go and pull up a hot tub streamer on their stream, clicked through a just chatting stream, which happened to be on the background of the main official broadcast, because I guess the broadcast team didn't catch it. And I mean, that's what happens when you pull streamers' streams. Sometimes stuff like that happens. And it popped up on the main broadcast, and he received a 2-month ban from Activision.
No way.
For having that pop up on his stream. Just tweeted out about
crazy.
It doesn't seem like anything's been revoked, but received a 2-month ban because he pulled it up on his stream, which was featured on their broadcast.
Wow.
And he received a ban for it.
I mean, don't do that. Don't do that.
I mean, like, generally don't pull up nudity to your audience, but also, like, I don't think that's his fault. He was doing that on his platform, which is allowed on Twitch, on his streaming platform, which does not violate TOS, just because it violates the rules that Activision would like to be in place. It's still their responsibility to censor their stream, or not feature that on there. They should not be punishing that creator.
No, they really shouldn't.
Granted, that can very well justifiably affect invites in the future, but it doesn't mean they should be banning him.
No, I don't think they should ban him over a incident where they're like trying to show off to the community, like
or if you're going to feature him for future events and continue to invite him, that might mean you don't feature him on the broadcast. You know, that kind of stuff happens all the time. You see it in Fortnite all the time, right? Like people won't pull up marketable streams. The players on Twitch Rivals who curse a lot don't get featured on the broadcast.
Yeah,
that's just how things work.
Yep.
And for Activision to ban that player is kind of wild.
It's insane, to be honest.
Yeah. A little bit overstepping. But again, this is like a huge thing in all of streaming right now. Just the topic of nudity and what's allowed, what's not, and funneling young impressionable viewers to OnlyFans pages. Something needs to be done soon because it's just getting out of hand. But this show is still about Fortnite. So.
Little off
So we'll continue to move down, man.
Yeah.
I mean, because we're approaching the end of the year.
Yep.
And at the end of every year, our friend here on the Fortcast, Somebody's Gun, does a awesome thing for the community and hosts the Fortnite Comp Awards.
Yep. We talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah, we talked about it last week. And again, this awards show will be taking place on Twitch on the 21st of December. And this year being announced, which is kind of cool for anyone at home. Just another incentive for you guys to go and vote for your greatest creators, so maybe they could feature some of this stuff on their stream. They're going to be giving out trophies.
I saw that.
So I know you're buzzing.
I'm so excited about that. Please go vote for me.
Go vote for Pfluger for Collegiate Player of the Year. He can win a trophy.
That'll be sick.
A big content creator in the space. I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. Pisa Thrash. They do a bunch of Fortnite cosplay stuff. They have a full production design studio. They don't just do Fortnite stuff. They do outsourcing to other projects, things like that. They were walking around globals and different rivals. They're all over the place doing commissions for people for content pieces, giving stuff out. They've been at the Invitational. More often than not, if you see someone doing a Fortnite cosplay, it's like a 50-50 shot it came from them. They do all sorts of cool stuff, and they're going to be the ones collaborating with the Comp Awards this year to create the trophies, which will be revealed on the live show on the 21st. You'll see some familiar faces on the live show. Pfluger, of course, being in the Collegiate Player of the Year category. Maybe you'll see me on the broadcast at some point.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to see.
But yeah, man, Comp Awards, guys, tune in. We'll be tweeting stuff out I know I'll be tweeting it out on my platforms. I know Pfluger will continue to push to get him to vote for us. So again, go follow both of us. BenK and Pfluger live on Twitter. Pfluger FN on Twitter for him as well. But the last thing on the docket for today, which is a massive gameplay change and could really impact the entire competitive meta. Medallions getting a hard nerf this week, man.
Yeah.
The numbers are pretty staggering to see them move from originally medallions kind of ticking for 2 as you stack them up, healing to 100 shield, constant passive heals, to see them.
Not even, I don't think, do the medallions even heal you to 100% anymore?
No, they don't.
That's crazy.
Most players basically opting, especially in solos, it's a huge advantage to have on your inventory, just carrying white heals. You see players carrying 15 bandages, 3 med kits, playing zone more because they know that they can regenerate that shield over time just by having it in their inventory, which doesn't take up a slot.
It changes the whole Victor Cup meta right now because, I mean, hey, that's how me and my teammate earned last week in the Zero Build Victor Cup. We got medallions. We both got medallions. We played zone with straight whites. We got like 2 floppers each. We won the game off of it. You know?
Easy claps, man. I mean, and now to see them adjusted, gonna change the gameplay loop a lot. I like that they're doing it early on. Of course, you have other cups going on in the background, but in general, it's still a pretty early change. FNCS date's still not out, not publicly yet. So still
back to that like whole thing. I'm really glad that Fortnite still like keep up the community, communication with us.
Oh yeah, communication's nuts, man. But yeah, the medallion nerf. 1 medallion, 50 max shields it'll heal you up to. 2 medallions up to 60, 3 to 70, 4 medallions to 85. And if you were able to somehow collect all 5 medallions, you can get 100 max shield, which effectively changing from the original way the medallions worked. If you had 1 medallion,
you got 100.
You would get to 100. So now, the only way to have the same effectiveness as the previous update, you have to have all 5 medallions to equal 1 medallion as the previous update.
Yeah, that's crazy to even think about.
Granted, you're getting to 100 shield very quickly because that's still going to stack up and you'll heal up. So you can make it happen. You could do some crazy stuff, but no small feat at all.
Oh, no.
Especially considering a lot of players just end up leaving them in zone because I mean, you can stack whites all you want, man, but if there's a medallion sitting in zone, are you gonna run into that 5 tick?
No, I don't think people will anymore. 100%.
No,
with only it being 50%, really. With only 1,
yeah. No, I think the only way I'd be running in zone for it is if I have 4 going for 5, because the difference between 85 and 100 could be worth it.
It is kind of there, especially for builds because of that Peter Griffin gun. You get 1.
Oh, it's crazy. But some big changes there in the community, man. Some cool stuff going on. We're about to ramp up into things. I'm hoping by the time the holidays wrap up here, we will see some FNCS dates. We'll see an official game mode announced, and hopefully some format stuff as well, so we can kind of talk about things. And we'll dive hard into some of the duo analysis stuff. hopefully some guests as well. We got some plans here. We'll see some changes on the set in our surrounding area as well.
Maybe a little bit. We'll have to see.
But beyond that, man, we both have a cash cup to go play.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try my best. Pfluger's probably going to earn.
Hopefully.
But that wraps it up here, man. That's episode number 9 wrapped up. Everyone at home, make sure to follow us on Twitter, Podbean, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify is still working through trying to get everything sorted out there. But again, man, thank you guys so much for watching. The podcast has been going great. I'm loving it so much, and things will be transforming here into the next year.
Episode 9, man.
Episode 9, almost on the coveted number 10. Double digits, just around the corner. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.